This is your market recap for October 22nd, 2025. Today we played extremely bearish. We broke out of the little range that we were in and really took a turn to the downside. If we look on the hourly time frame, we can see here this is the range we've been in since pretty much lunch yesterday. But something that I noticed is that we higher high, lower low, lower high, lower, well, not lower low, but the highs never get higher, but the lows get lower. Although, even though we are in this range, right, now that I'm thinking about it more, there is no clear trend line, I guess you could say. Yes, the highs are lower, but so are the lows. Like this low is higher than this low, so it's not really that simple. Other than that, you can see market opens. We dip down to this 4-hour fair value gap constant encroachment, give it a nice little reaction, and then come back up to this 15-minute and shoot all the way down here to Friday. Also taking out previous AM session low and, sorry, previous New York session low and Asian session low here. Down to the 15-minute, we can see more of what is going on here. Here's the part where I'm iffy on it. I was bullish today, and I know a ton of people that were as well. The reason I was personally bullish is because we had these SMTs here. SMT on the 15-minute time frame pushes us up. Yes, we do close here on this time frame and start to break down. But I saw this as that, all right, we hit the 15-minute, we respected it, we're breaking down. We hit constant encroachment of a 4-hour fair value gap, have a higher time frame, sell side SMT, and then we shoot all the way back up. And so in my mind, this 15-minute fair value gap has already been used. We have a higher time frame confluence and a higher time frame SMT. We're breaking out of this bullish. This was simply just manipulation. The market said, screw you, closed us out of this 15-minute, and then boom, tanked all the way down here, taking out these lows by AM session close, and then the second low is down here by lunch close. And then from there, we just return back to the range. There's a couple 15-minute fair value gaps. Obviously, this one, this 15-minute fair value gap here. Nice closures at constant encroachment. One at the beginning of lunch as well. And that wraps it up for the 15-minute. Now, 5-minute time frame doesn't give us much more. I'll go to the SMTs once we go down to the 1 minute, but you can see here, actually, this is better explained on the 1 minute as well. You can see here, reacted off the fair value gap, tanked, nice reaction off constant encroachment of this 4-hour, higher time frame SMT, playing bullish. All right, so I counted this as manipulation. Higher time frame array, higher time frame SMT. There's also a lower time frame SMT as well, but we play bullish from there. Take out this high, and then we come down. So usually when a fair value gap gets hit twice, if it doesn't just tap into the bottom portion of it and makes a new high, usually, in my opinion, that fair value gap is most likely going to be an inverse, but that is not the case today. We then reverse and tip over. We then come down here, almost take out the low, retrace, nice 15-minute. We have equilibrium of this move right there, which gets tagged. 15-minute, look at the closures at constant encroachment there. Down one more time, hitting the low. We then retrace up into another 15-minute. Down again, Friday's low. Boom, we reverse here at this macro, returning back to the range. 5-minute fair value gap gives us a reaction there. This is what I mean. This is what I was talking about. See, this 5-minute fair value gap is returned to, but the lowest one is the first one, right? If this came down and made another low in it, well, I'd have a problem. But not if that was an SMT, which is exactly what this one is. There we go. Okay, making more sense. Minute time frame, again, in my mind, we're in a range here. So this bearish move here is a manipulation. just clearing out these, having a nice reaction off this 4-hour concentric encroachment right there. Higher time frame SMT, playing bullish. SMT of these lows I entered here in because we're in the macro. Lower time frame SMT, higher time frame SMT, higher time frame bias or array, higher time frame bias with those relative equal highs way up there. I was playing that. We then rallied up. I entered, hit break even. So I think I lost like $100 on the day. SMT of these highs, SMT of these highs, and we have this huge higher time from SMT. Let me go down to the, sorry, up to the 1 hour. These highs here are taken on ES, which could have been a sign that we're playing short and we just needed confirmation, in which sense this would do it. But then again, we have many other arrays and whatnot pointing bullish, so it was a 50-50 in my mind today. We had bullish arrays, we had bearish arrays pushing against each other. Higher time from SMT, lower time from SMT here during the macro pushes us down, lose a little bit of volume here. Another SMT right before the macro closes, and that's when we finally say goodbye and send it off for the day. We take out this low down to here, retrace. If we look at this most recent range there, what am I grading? Sorry, if we look at the whole thing, equilibrium right there, retrace nicely up into a discount for that, and then we short once again, taking out Asian session. Sorry, this is previous New York session though. We take that out, enter lunch, rally upwards, nice reaction off of the top of this 15-minute fair value gap. We then dive down one more time, taking out this Friday low there, and then we reverse. No SMTs here to play or anything. But we return back to the range. Here's what I was talking about, reacting off this 5-minute. Now, in hindsight, I thought bears were obvious today, right? Because we have this higher time from SMT here. We have SMT of these highs. We have a 15-minute. But they're really not. We had higher time frame SMT of the lows, higher time frame SMT of the highs. So those are equal. We have lower time frame SMT of highs. We have lower time frame SMT of lows. We have array pointing in the bullish direction. We don't have an array pointing in the bullish direction. Not something on the same scale as a 4-hour. Have this nice little 15-minute, but in my opinion, I liked bulls. We're still bullish, and we have those relative equal highs as a draw. And so, if, in my opinion, if we were to go get those, we would not be coming as deep as we are. Now that said, if we go on the hourly time frame, I'll show you those relative equal highs. I'm talking about these, and now this high is included in that. Relative equal highs here. We've dove, right? This is a retrace, like a full-on one, which makes me feel bearish. But then once again, look how we're reacting off concentric encroachment and immediately turning around there. This is usually the type of retrace you see once we have already taken out a source of liquidity, meaning these highs there. But we haven't. So this makes me think we might be in for a reversal. Failure to take these highs could be engineered liquidity. Could be engineered liquidity. We could just be a retrace here, although it's a weird time for us to retrace. I think 4-hour, we act off anything. Yeah, no, we didn't close in that. We had this daily time frame. This daily closed in that. I mean, we're in a, yeah, we have room on the daily to play with. Really, I really don't know, right? Because we have these relative equal highs up here, but you don't see a retrace like this unless you take out some sort of liquidity, and we just haven't done that. That's why I was expecting us to retrace to this 4-hour, because in my opinion, if we're targeting these relative equal highs, Equilibrium's there. What's below it? Concentric encroachment of this 4 hour. This retrace would be sufficient after taking out this high. But that's just not the case. So no idea what's going on here, honestly. We'll have to just see what happens between now and then. But yeah, it's been your market recap for October 22nd, 2025.